Oh my God, I'm back. I'm back. How are you guys all doing? I'm Chloe, and this is a pop-up Rise and Right. I canceled the second half of last week's, and I canceled yesterday's. But I felt good this morning, and I desperately need to get work done. So I'm here. And I'm going to be writing. I'm going to be doing sprints for the next 2 hours. Let me know what y'all are working on. I just realized I'm going to add a banner to this. Oh, apparently I was caps locked. It's okay. I'm fine. Everything's fine. I am here. As of right now, it looks like nobody else is here. So I'm just typing this. And then we'll probably get to the first sprint, see if I can get some viewers to join. It's a pop-up. I'm not upset. If you are watching this in replay, don't think that's me complaining. I just didn't warn anybody. And I don't know. This could be a really busy time slot on author tubers. I don't know. I'm not usually here. But I have a bunch of stuff that I need to get done. I wanted to devote this entirely to my nano thing, but I think I'm going to do the first two sprints to editing and posting today's short, and then I will jump to nano. There, banner is added, showing. There we go. So I am using Forest app. If you are watching this live and you would like to plant with me, let me know, and I will switch that mode to plant together, and we can plant the tree together. But for now, I'm just using it as a basic timer. And we're going to go for 10 minutes on this first sprint. I will see you guys at about quarter after. Okay, that was one sprint down. I'm getting, I'm getting some edits done. I'll definitely have this done by the end of the next sprint. This is just getting my posts up on Medium, and then I will be writing. I don't know how feasible it is at this point for me right now. Hey, Haley, thank you for joining. But I'm trying to get, I think I'm at 39,000 words written by the end of the month, which is 10 days from now, which is, of course, 3,900 words per day. It's a lot of words. And I was having issues. Sorry, I gotta sneeze. Oh, gotta sneeze. There we go. Anyway, so I've got 3,900 words a day to write if I have a hope of getting this done. And yesterday I wrote like 800 words. So hopefully I'm going to be fixing that. Hopefully what I am writing from here on, I will be able to keep a reasonable pace for. A lot of what kept me from actually writing the last 2 days was the fact that I don't know anything about spaceships. And so I had to do a whole lot of research. And like, I swear every single sentence, there was a word that I was like, I don't know what word to use here. So like, because it was space related, or literally how to navigate a plane, a spaceship. Yesterday's complete breakdown that took like an hour was what you call a windshield on a spaceship. Long story short, a windshield. There's not a different name for it because it's in space. It felt like there should be because it's not wind. And I feel like this is something that scientists are doing. And the thing is that like on a practical application for what we have that go into space, it is still a windshield because you still have to like get out of Earth's atmosphere. But then my friend pointed out oxygen shield to me. My least scientific friend ever pointed out oxygen shield as a suggestion, which I kind of loved because it is literally shielding the oxygen from like escaping. So it's like working the other way. So I might like sneak that in at some point. But first, I'm going to get this one thing done. And it is my Earth Day post. Tomorrow is Earth Day. I'm going to go ahead and post it today because it's already written and struggle busing. So Earth Day is happening now. And then I will be jumping on to that story that is unnamed. It might be called Kaimani because that is one of the character names. I don't know. I feel like it needs to be more descriptive than that because it's going to be for Vela in theory. We'll see how that goes. Is it really only 10:17? I felt like I was rambling for a really long time there. My rambles are not going well today. This is my first day back to solo sprinting, so I am doing okay. I am going to go ahead and get this next sprint going. Oh, you know what? I did also start that last one a little early, didn't I? So we're going to go for 20 minutes. I am going to be finishing up this Earth Day short for Medium and posting it. And when I get back from this 20-minute sprint, I will officially be working on Nano for the rest of the day, right? That's exactly what's happening. I'll see you guys in 20. Okay, that is time. I got that story posted, and I am officially working on Nano now. And in my Nano story thus far for today, I have written 69 words, but also really weird timing for that because I am talking about up until now humans didn't know that aliens existed except for the crazies who thought they had been abducted by aliens and had probes up the computer. That was where I left that, and I'm at 69 words. Hey, Courtney, and hey, Better Day Zellers. Thank you so much for joining. We're going to be doing 20-minute sprints today. My usual rise and write. This isn't my usual day for it. I woke up this morning and felt like I could finally write again. So I have been productive so far. Let me know what you guys are working on. We'll start the next sprint in, I don't know, maybe 4 minutes here. I feel like my pace has just been kind of weird today. But yeah, I've got quite a few more sprints going, right? I've got 3 or 4 more sprints. I don't remember how that math works out. I feel like I should know exactly how this math works out. Because of how often I do this show, and somehow I literally have no idea how many sprints I do every single day. No idea how many sprints I am going to do. So Haley is struggling to get her life in order today. Understandable. That has been me the last few days, and I'm hoping that it paid off, and I'll be writing today. We're going to be doing, Sandy and I are going to be doing another show tonight, 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern. So hopefully, like, all kinds of writing is going to get done today. I'm also going to do another cinnamon roll attempt, or a pecan bun, I guess, this time. I've been having that saga where for some reason I cannot get these dang things to work. I'm never happy with any that I have ever made. And now the last big thing I baked that was from the British Baking Show was that Savarin, which, like, my problem with my rolls is I haven't been able to get them to rise. And with the Savarin, it rose way more than it was ever supposed to. So I feel like now is the time to attempt these again, try a whole new recipe. I was almost thinking about doing, like, actually using the dough from the Savarin for it, but it was really weirdly dry, and I don't have any understanding about dough enough to know what is the right one to do. But I literally have a stick of butter here to get up to room temperature. If you're thinking, why the hell is it sitting on my desk? It's because my kitchen tends to be colder than the rest of the house, so it wasn't softening in the kitchen. But that is hopefully going to happen this afternoon. I'm going to get these sprints done, and then we'll go work on that. And then the nice thing with that is, of course, when you're doing anything with dough, with bread dough, you have to, like, let it rise. Like, that's perfect time to get more sprints done. So I am going to multitask the ever-living heck out of today. Yes, you can absolutely do Forest with me. The funny thing with the Forest app is that it doesn't, oh God, is it not going to let me do it? Of course, because I asked that. I have this issue with it occasionally. I'm going to back out and back in. No, I don't want to do that. I want to, you know what? Let me actually do that. So with the Forest app, if you set up a room and then nobody joins the room with you, then you can't run the sprint. So, like, I would just always have it set up and hopefully have somebody join. But I can't, and it'll give me, like, an embarrassing error. Like, I have no friends. if I don't. So it's loading right now. And once this loads, we'll go ahead and do our next sprint. And let's see, Forest. And don't be a jerk this time, Forest app. Oh, is it because I'm in deep focus? It was. Okay. So I am, let me get this shared again. Oh, Lord. Okay, so creating room, and let's do that clock. I like the clock. And okay, so create room. Okay, can you read that code? Is that legible on the screen? It is. I can also type it out in the chat. It is N28MFG. Awesome. So that's why I love doing sourdough as a productive days. Every 45 minutes, I have to go fuss with the dough. Yes. Yeah, it's great. But you don't like eating sourdough. I get that. I'm not big on sourdough either. Like sometimes I like sourdough, but it's not something that I want around regularly. And that is why I've been like fighting to make brioche work, even though absolutely brioche is like way next level for me. Okay, awesome. So you have joined. So let's go ahead and do this next sprint. We're going to go for 20 minutes, and it is 10:45, so I am back on the pace that I wanted to be on. Perfect. I'll see you guys at, oh gosh, 11:05 Eastern Time. Okay, that is time. Let me know how you guys did. Shirley, don't worry, you're fine. This was a pop-up. I scheduled it about 10 minutes before I actually went live. And good morning, Rose. Better Day Sellers is struggling to fix errors. I love getting things edited, but also that struggle is so bad when you're trying to just figure out, because you don't do every single thing an editor tells you to do. But most of them are suggestions, and some of them just don't. Yeah, they're just somebody else's opinion. So it can be a real struggle for me trying to decide what I actually want to do, like what really is a good suggestion or what isn't, and just like working through everything, especially when it's on a bunch of different levels. Yeah. And then there's the maybe you should change this entire thing. Oh God, no. So I wrote about 350 there. I feel pretty good about that. I certainly don't have the pace that I usually do, but this ended up being like another weird scene for me. This is something where it's an exposition dump, basically, is what's happening. And I don't normally do that. I need to for this. But because I don't usually do it, it's kind of weird for me to get the tone right for it. So yeah, that's what's happening right now. Oh, let me get the next sprint set up. How do I don't normally, let's do that guy. I always like the moon tree. Let me get this code in here. 35 KA BPG. Okay, but yeah, so this is just weird because I'm explaining why this woman was just kidnapped by aliens. This is why this happens. Let me tell you the whole backstory of how humans and aliens ended up doing stuff together and why they now kidnap humans sometimes. So it's just a weird little section for me. I feel like once I get through this little explanation, I'll be good. It's going on longer than I want it to, and it is what it is. And let's see, Jennifer, welcome. Thanks for joining. Hopefully working on final revisions of dissertation. That's exciting. What is the subject? I am curious. Yeah, so I also had to do a bit of research in the middle of that, on what are the most valuable substances on Earth. I have done this research before, and it cracks me up every time I've done this because the most valuable resource on Earth is antimatter, or intrinsically valuable, has the highest price tag for gram, I guess, is how it's rated. And of course, you don't even think about that as being an actual substance. I'm a science educator, and it is on student-to-student talk and lab activities. That is fun. I was actually a physics major, so I feel that one. That is an interesting subject. So I am doing most valuable substances. Highest one is antimatter, which you don't even think about as being a substance, but it is. And then, on this list, the list that I pulled up is top 10. So there's californium and diamonds, I believe, are 2 and 3. And then other precious metals, other precious gems. And then LSD and cocaine and heroin. And of course, it totally makes sense, but it cracks me up every single time I see that list because, who thinks about that? But yeah, absolutely. Substances with very high price tags per gram. Yeah. Okay, let's go ahead and do this next sprint. We've got plenty of time in here to get this one in and then one more. And that should be the day, right? Because this will take us to 11:31. Yes. Okay, so we're going to go until 11:31, and then we'll have another 20 after that one. So good luck, everybody. Okay, that was time on that sprint. I got 3 and change on that. I got probably about 320 on that. But I also got a cup of coffee. So I consider that to be a victory on all fronts. I have gotten past that lump of exposition. Um, and hopefully I am moving on to actual plot at this point. Let's get that created. And it is 88 TT. Oh gosh, is that oh Lord. Can you I'm gonna bounce around to this screen to see if it's more okay. Yes. Um this code appears to be 88TT6G. And that is messing with my mind, or at least my vision, because 8s and Bs look similar and 6s and Gs look similar. But that I do think that's what it is. I use one of my monitors. Good grief. No, you know what? This thing is just blurry. Yes, there we go. Sorry. Let me just like screw everything up right now. I was angry about that. There we go. Anyways, I use a television for one of my monitors, and the images aren't always as crisp. It's really funny how it works because the images aren't always as sharp. And also, for some reason, red shows up really weird on it. Like if something is written in pure red, it gets blurry. I don't know. It's real weird. But anyways, this just happened to be a weird thing where like part of one of those 8s looked really flat, like it might be a B. And then, yeah, that 6 and the G looked really similar. Sorry that ended up being a whole dang thing there. So we do have one more sprint to go. It's 11:34, so we're going to be ending right around noon Eastern time. And Jennifer, yes, that I ended up like I had to move it to my other monitor and blow it up. Like even when it was on a proper computer monitor, I couldn't read it, so it wasn't even. It's not even just the fact that it's a TV. It just was. It's a bad font for 8s and Bs and 6s and Gs to be next to each other. But I'm assuming you were the little plant bubble on it. And then Better Day Zellers is with us again. So that was absolutely right. It was just chaos getting it on the screen. But I'm feeling good about my progress today so far. I've only written 753 today, and I do have this goal of roughly 4,000 for the day. But I haven't had to stop for like any research that was disastrous. I only had to stop for that. What are the most valuable substances on Earth? And that is quick, easy research. So I think I'm finally getting into the flow of this. I am starting a fresh project right now. Yes, I'm starting a fresh nano. 12 days it was before the end of nano, and that's fine. But yeah, I'm feeling better than I have in like a week about this project. I think I'm actually going to be able to do it. And with that in mind, let's go ahead and get this last sprint going. We'll have some closing words at the end, but I will also be back tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern to do 2 more hours of sprints. It will be me and Sandy tonight. So we'll have some like actual conversation going on in the breaks other than my rambling. I don't know what we'll talk about tonight, but hopefully we'll be getting our crap together and actually like getting back on the workhorse. Okay, I'll see you guys in 20 minutes. Start. Okay, that was time. Let me know how you did. I got 400 words that time, so my pace is better. I am at 11:25 for the day, which puts me over a quarter of the way. Obviously, I've got a lot to go still, but I feel good about that. This is the most I have done on this story, I think, to date. Because things have just been real rough. And I'm hoping that this means that I really am getting back in the groove and I can get this done in a reasonable timeline and get myself back together. I say all this knowing that on Friday I'm getting my second shot, and that hasn't gone well for a lot of people. But hopefully I do fine on my second shot and can keep going on Saturday and get those words in. But also, now that I am saying this, I'm thinking maybe I should be trying to write 5,000 today. Anyway, let's see. Better Day Sellers got 230 and Shirley got 689 and hit 45,000 words. Awesome. Are you aiming for 50,000? If so, you are in great shape. As opposed to me. Which honestly, like, this goal for me is not insurmountable for me. It's just like, it's been a bad time. I don't know if any of you guys, I know Courtney has been floating around and she's heard this, but the reason I didn't have any shows the second half of last week is we lost one of our cats. So this was like the first day that I was like, you know what? I am in a good mood and I can do this. So because of that, huge productivity loss. Otherwise I'd be like 2,000 a day, totally fine. So, here we go. Hopefully that shot doesn't do too much. Jennifer says you had yours 3 weeks ago and only had one day that you were achy. That's awesome. I have 2 friends that have recently gotten the shot and both had terrible experiences with it. One of them one of them got her first one and is about to get her second one, is still having like a lymph node issue. It's not like a discomfort, it's just like a swelling in it that was caused by it. And then another friend was running 102-degree fever for, over 2 days. I think she hit like the 60-hour mark before it really broke. But at the same time, I'm sure, you hear all of the bad stories and you don't hear all of the good stories. So I'm sure that for those 2 friends, I've probably had like 100 other friends who had a really good experience. Like, not really, like they just had like the sore arm. I know I had a friend who didn't even have a sore arm. My father had to go to the hospital after the first one because they thought he was having a heart attack. My dad is over 70. Just putting that out there. But he thought he was having a heart attack because like so many things went wrong after his first shot, and his second shot was totally fine. So I'm not that worried about it. Just like, prepared. Also, thank you, Shirley and Jennifer. She was a baby. She was only 3. So it was really brutal losing her. It was a heart attack. I guess there's a heart condition that cats can have that goes undetected that kills them really young. So it was a whole disaster, but I've, made my peace as best as I can. I wrote a terrible eulogy that I like ugly cried the whole time, and that made me feel better afterward. I'm glad that you were able to get the Johnson & Johnson one before it was discontinued or taken off the market, whatever it is. I had a friend who was scheduled to do it the day that the FDA pulled approval for it. So I'm glad you were able to get that done. And then before that all happened, like it's scary that these blood clots are happening, but hopefully they get a handle on that. And that one goes back out there, because certainly I would rather have only gotten one shot instead of the 2 that I had to get. Anyways, that is the end of the show. As I mentioned before, I'm in little mode. I don't need to be in little mode because that was the end of the show. Sorry, I'm talking from the box. Anyways, end of the show. I'm gonna go get lunch. I'm gonna go make a make some pecan buns. There we go. That's the correct term. Make something like really disgusting for myself. It's fine. And I am going to be back tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern time. So it is noon. I don't know what time zone y'all are in right now, but if you need a reference, it is noon right now. 8 p.m., 8 hours from now, I will be back on this channel and also on my Twitch channel. And Sandy will be with me, and we are going to be doing sprints from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. tonight. Super high productivity day, and I'm excited about it. I'm going to go get some more work done after food, and then I'll be back later. And I hope you guys are able to do the same. If not, I'll hopefully be back again tomorrow at this time. I'm not like putting anything hard scheduled right now, just in case. But hopefully the next 2 days I'll be here and we'll be able to get some more work done before this nano is over. You guys all have a great day though. Bye.